wish it went through there. Oh, it does this way. Sometimes when I use the throw ball and it's like a real easy crotch to go up through and I'm like in a hurry, I'll leave the throw ball on and just put the rope through the ring of the throw ball and tie a knot in it, and then knot stops it as it goes up. I'm going to use it here for to have a rope because I have a few things climbing wise that I need to adjust and figure out. I have one thing I'm working on that I don't know I'll discuss because I'm a little weary about putting it online until I'm for sure about it. I don't want to give any crazy false information to anybody, but I'll tell you guys, I'm gonna, I don't know if I should say it, I'm gonna break the rules a little bit, and I'm gonna try multiple different ways to run SRT with just a prusik and a micropulley and a beaner. I don't know what knot I'll end up going with yet. Here it worked really good. I'm using a rigging prusik, so it's a bit longer, so you can get more wraps, which will create more friction. I used the VT, but I turned it into the XT by putting the extra twist in the back, and that extra knot there creates a good little bit of extra friction. So it's set up nice. It tends good. It locks good. But what I don't like is, let me show you. So like I said, tends good. You can see the knot when it's tended. Now look at all of this. You got to think about this when you're climbing. When you put your weight into your system, it's got that much setback. So you're going to drop down each time. So I don't know. I'm going to play with that. Yeah, I wanted to do a short live feed for a bit of a prep for tomorrow because it's kind of a bit screwed up. I'm going to have to do a little more work unless miraculously today, like tonight and tomorrow, a bunch of uploads end up jumping onto YouTube because Mr. like Metal and Wood, that's like my entertainment lately, and he's not uploading anymore. So what's going on, Jake? Yeah, Notorious, I don't know. Like any of it, if you're light enough and stuff, it'll work. I don't know. Okay, I'm a strong believer if you didn't invent it and you didn't make it up. I see a lot of credit, people taking credit all over the internet. I know there are hitches out there. I tied my own today and thought that I had come up with something, and I didn't. But if I didn't go out of my way to do a little bit of research to find out, I would have been one of them people all over the internet pretending like, oh, let me show you what I did. I made this up and this and that. I don't know. Like, I've seen some of his stuff, if I'm being honest, Jake. I just don't know. I don't know. Like, I need to know that he's been doing this a super long time, or what type of guy is he? Is he a guy that goes and learns something one day, turns around the next day and makes a video? Or is he a guy that does something and uses it repeatedly before he comes and it's like, this works? I know it works because I spent multiple weeks, so that's what I'm kind of looking to do. That's why I don't really want to bring it up, and I'll bring it in after I've used it and I've developed something that works. So he credited the other fellow. Was it Matt Cornell hitch? Not really a fan of Notorious. Yeah, I mean, some people. He's not a tree cutter, as you can tell by the brand new Never Dirty. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I was worried about, Jake. I mean, it's not. I'm not trying to judge somebody off first appearance, but like, yeah, he just seems like a guy that does that maybe as a hobby, and I just I want to work on something myself, and I have a understanding of the Prussic, and I want to dumb things down a little bit. Where normally I've been going so mechanical, I want to go backwards, and I want to go back to the hitch for a little while. Try the hitch for a little bit. I don't really know why. I just need to change things up. Sometimes they get too repetitive for me. I lose interest. I'm gonna do that, and I have something, a couple other things, but let's see. It's been dirty. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so this will be, something we talk about coming up. Here's one thing I ran into this week that I had to change up. I just adjusted the Rope Runner Pro out again, and I was having some slippage that I didn't really like. So I went ahead and adjusted this thing out from, I believe I was on setting 3. I popped it back up onto setting 2 and get a little bit more friction into it, and that should help. Should help it from getting that initial slip, because that's where it was getting it from, was here. So I think the Rope Runner Pro here has finally started to get broke in, and I don't know what I was just thinking. It's just a magnet up there, ding dong. I pulled on it hard. Whoa, what is the deal? Okay. So, the way that works, there's a spot here that your Allen key goes into. It's on both sides. You loosen this one, turn it around, you loosen this one, and then it's a little hard to see, but you can see if I, yeah, you see them little notches right there? Each one of them notches is a setting. And the pin inside there has a little notch on it too. You line them up. So I was just getting a little bit of slippage. It was really good. Another thing is, if I bombed for a second, it wouldn't stop quick. It just kind of drifted afterwards, and I was like, dang it. So I couldn't use that. I needed to switch it up a bit. So I went ahead and adjusted that out today. So hopefully it'll be good. We'll see. Steel chainsaws, huh? Yes, sir. Just got the Camp Gyro triple swivel for my lanyard management. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I discussed that a while back, where a swivel's so important for like comfort, because I prefer my climbing devices to be aligned a certain way. So this one, I want to be like this. Oh my god. That is such a heavy magnet. I thought I was gonna get hit in the face with that on the camera. So I want this one adjusted out like that. So if you think about it, the way the beaner goes on there, when you go to clip in, you clip into your rope. It's on your saddle right here. So when you clip that in, it ends up cocking the device sideways always. So when it turns it sideways. So you're forced to like use it in one direction, your left hand. Like, that's what I don't like. So on on most of mine, I will attach a DMM ring here, and I'll clip into it, because it'd be the same as if you like slapped another carabiner on there. If you had another carabiner, it would do the exact same thing a ring would do. You just put this on here. So when you clip into it, now you're going to orientate your device where you want it. It ends up, when you put weight into it, now you're aligned the way you want it, straight. So the ring ends up being much smaller. It's about half the length of a carabiner, and so I'm clipped in even closer. I like my device to be at a certain height, body-wise. I just feel more comfortable that way. Let's see. I had a Steel 038 Farm Boss with a great chainsaw. Yeah, man. Yeah, such a good saw. That may be, but no, those are like 035s or something. AV's really, really old flat top saws up there. These two right there and there. But yeah, the old saws are my favorite saws, in my opinion. Any saw you can find that has an O in the name, get it. Because that's when they made saws good. So that one being an 026. That's a 200. I try not to get any of the newer stuff if I can avoid it, but you know, nowadays you have to. What else? I think I have, yeah. There's an 021 AV. So that's just my favorite. I feel like the quality of the saws was better then. So some people prefer the new stuff though. I'm just not one of them. Some old steel stuff was good. Yeah, yes. I mean, I still have. I think it's an 066. It's been painted for so long I don't even remember. But it may be a 660 Magnum. So it's so old and it just runs forever. This saw right here was my dad's chainsaw. So that saw has been used. I mean, I'm maybe 8 years older than that saw. So it's like it's 32 years straight. So it's taking a bit of a break up there on the shelf right now. But my dad used that saw, and then it didn't work, and then I got it running. It's a 200T, so that holy grail saw. So. What's up, Chris? How are you, brother? Yeah, Chris. Yeah, you see the zero, you gotta snatch that sucker up. That's when they were the best. I mean, until they did make not too long ago, made the best saw in the world, which is this monster stump cutter right here. So, watch out. But yeah, I'm definitely a steel guy. Always have been. So. I have a 2-stroke diesel chainsaw. What? Dude, that's killer. That's awesome, really. Did you hear Michael Jordan entering the... What the heck? The election? He just did a live press conference. No way. Are you serious? That's crazy. I have some MS series saws that I like. Yeah, Chris, I said that and then instantly realized probably my favorite saw is my MS 362 CE. Or mine may just be a C. I don't remember, but it's 362. It's a savage of a saw. I run a 25-inch bar on it, which when I got it, I was told for the longest, you can't run a 25 on that. That won't work. This, that, yeah. And it's like, no, I'll run it if it has the snap and the horsepower to it. I'll continue to use it. If it doesn't, I'll downsize the bar because more chain you got to pull, the slower the saw is going to run, you know. And the smaller the chain and bar, the quicker it can make a rotation. And it's like you slap some bigger tires on a car. It actually goes faster with that horsepower because it covers more ground each revolution, as opposed to, you know, it goes in reverse with a chainsaw. So you want a shorter bar so it can make a revolution quicker, so you can downsize the bar. I don't know. Trying to explain it, I feel dumb for a second, but yeah. Mish picked up a 200T for 250. Dang. Had to replace a lot of missing screws, but it runs X. Dude, that's so awesome. That's awesome, Jake. Good for you, brother. What's up, Ground Pounder? I designed by Rolls Royce and produced by Echo. It runs, dang it, glow plugs? Because the two truck's diesel, but works good when it does. Really? So you have to like wait for it to. I wonder what if it works off a glow plug. What's warming the glow plug? That's a wild one. That's so cool. Tough. I kind of figured what you meant there. I can read between the lines. I got messed up thumbs. I mess up all the time when I'm doing my texting. But another thing I want to switch over to is I want to set up and go back to the old zigzag and the wrench. So let's set this up. That way when I'm ready to use it again. One thing I did today, and I'll show you in just a second, is I was having some trouble with the beak on my Rope Runner Pro not reacting and locking back in, and it just had a bunch of like sawdust and stuff gunked all up in it, and so I hit it with a little bit of spray, and now it's good again. But so with this, I'll just run the zigzag on there, and then I prefer, this is all because of my guy, well, it literally is all because of my guy Greg Brown. So Jared is the guy I got this from. Nigget, he's not on here a whole lot anymore, but he's my guy. So that, and then actually I think Jared or Nee may have sent me this wrench head too. I think he did. I think he sent me this wrench too. Or somebody did. I think it was Jared though. So the way I set this up is I just attach the wrench up above. But Greg Brown is the one that designed this tether. And Greg also gave me the good idea of using a quickie on this part, because I wish these quickie links had that design. When you get these pulled out, you got to use your thumbs here on these. Well, see, the wrench and other stuff figured that out, so you don't have to with these. Watch this. So turn, flip. Okay, they're both through. Now you can take it and turn it, and it catches this little lip, and it pulls it. Catches the little lip, pulls it. So you don't have to sit there and fight it with your thumb. I wish the regular quickie links had that, but they don't. So it is what it is. But I'm going to show you how good the action is on this thing now. Since I greased it, I'll show you where I did too. It looks like maybe you're supposed to every once in a while, and I just probably let it get good and dried out. So if you have your rope runner set up correctly, all of it has that little piece inside here, that if you set it up, once again, pull or push, okay, and you just turn it. It comes out half of the first one, turn it again, comes out the second one. There's like a little lip inside there on this little circle that it catches, and then it pulls it down. So I love how that works, and I kind of wish all the quickie links did that, and I just about hooked it up wrong. so it wouldn't have worked for me anymore. But here, let me show you how good the beak's reacting again. Here's the one thing Greg showed me to make sure to check always on your Rope Runner Pros is that the beak is bouncing back. So the spring's really good on this. It wasn't bouncing back very good though. That was my problem before. So there is a spot, where is that? Oh, right there. See that little hole? Put a little spray in it. Greg said don't use regular WD-40, use that stuff. It's got like masonite or something, graphite or something in it. So that's what I used. But yeah, I'm gonna retry that. Hopefully the weird little slippage goes away. And then to set up this, Greg designed some ears for this right here that are meant for the zigzag. It just goes into there. And I don't even think the bad part is you have to have your quickie link open all the way to set this up. And then it's a little bit of a pain to get it off too, but it just goes through. The rubber gusset inside on the zigzag, you have to wiggle it a little bit to make sure that it'll go through. But the best part about this is I don't have another carabiner in the way, and this is just big enough, if you notice, for me to throw my lanyard over my shoulder and clip in so I can tend my slack as I go up. So lanyard hooks in there, and then it just tends it for you on the way up. The way this wrench is designed, it collapses here, so there's a rubber gusset here that it gets these cuts in it after a while from it being compressed. So I just a little bit of tape on it so I can keep an eye on how bad the cuts get inside here, because it'll wear like a groove in there and then it's collapsed a little too much. You right action. So just one thing you have to watch out for, but love this zigzag because of this. So swivel makes it. So now this is set up, which is really nice. I can easily, if I'm climbing, I can switch over to dual rope really easy. And the way I would do that is I would pull out and I would take this thing, keep it out of the way. I would get my other end, and then you can also just leave the wrench attached. Take this in, throw it up over, and when it comes back to you and you tie in with it, you can take and just clip your wrench to the other side. This is the stationary side of your rope, so you can actually clip it there so it stays out of the way and it's not flopping down onto your device. And you can actually climb DRT with it, and it works like that. So you would just be climbing normal off of this, and this just stays attached to that other end, and it passes, you know, with ease. This doesn't stop anything. So you could be climbing DRT, have it set up like that, and then quickly pop that off, even before you untie DRT. Pop that off, flip it over, clip it in. Now you're set up for SRT, and you just take this in and choke it off. So the way I did that was I unclipped this and I just reversed the wrench backwards and clipped it in over here. This is if you're climbing DRT, this end of the rope doesn't move. This end does. So this clipped into you, you just clip the wrench a little above it. I don't remember where I seen that trick. I wouldn't doubt it if it wasn't like Fannerman or something. So yeah. So I'm struggling. I don't know how tomorrow's gonna go. I need people to continue their ridiculous uploads and do the stupid stuff that they were doing so that I can point it out and laugh at it and give me some trash to talk during my live feeds, because right now everyone has been good this week for the most part, and the shenanigans that I'm used to watching and reporting on each week are not there. So everyone do me a favor, go upload some ridiculous stupid videos so that I can make fun of it tomorrow, because I don't have anything to make fun of. Or if anybody talks to Metal and Wood, find out what's going on with him. Maybe he's focused on the lawsuit or trying to get another ticket to China to get a rub and tug or so. I don't even know, man. Self-tending, awesome. No videos from me this week. Yeah, I know. Yeah, a lot of people really didn't upload this week, so. What's up, Yank? How are you? What's up, John? So yeah, guys, that's all I really got for right now. I just wanted to let you know that we are doing our normal live feed tomorrow. I am struggling for content to talk about. Um, I did just finish part 2 of the hardest I think I've ever worked in a day. Probably one of the most scared I've ever been, and one of the riskiest jobs I've ever attempted to do in my life. But I almost don't want to upload it because I have 10,000 subscribers, and the last one that I uploaded, the first part of this video, did like 200 views. The teaser that I did of the video did like 200 views, and so it's like, man, I spent a week putting this video together, and I don't want to upload it for 200 views. It's like maybe people have seen too much from me. They're burnt out and they're not watching. So I can understand if I was just climbing pine trees nonstop and that's all I ever did, straight trees with rungs, and it was like I did the just free cut, free cut, free cut. That's all I ever did, and every video was the same. But I have backed these videos that are coming up, and like swore that they're gonna be awesome, and it was like one of the craziest one, and it gets no views, and I'm just like crushed. Damn. But you know, it is what it is. Got a short day, a little bit of rigging. Right on, Yank. Is on the 13th. The rub and tug. Poor Steve. You know that's the reason he went over there. He wasn't going over there for chainsaws. Um, Allegedly, I have to say that because I'm just having fun. He was irate when he stumbled across my channel. I don't know, like close to a year ago, because I had a whole bunch of parody videos that I did of him, and I've been thinking about re-uploading them or making them. They're private right now. They're still on YouTube. I should just put them up, but they would get flagged nonstop for like copyright material, and I didn't take none of his. Well, maybe I remixed one or something. I don't know. I did some silly stuff. I've got 472 subscribers, and my last video got 1.1k. Yeah, see? Well, Chris, you should keep up whatever it is you're doing. Don't change it. Keep doing it because that's the ratio, that's the quota that you want. That's the outcome you want, not what I'm dealing with. So I think people are like, he's been here for 8 years. He'll be here. I'll watch it when I get a chance, or if I'm burnt out on everything else, I'll come watch it. So I don't know. It is what it is. I can't. What do you do, man? I'll probably just upload it. I don't know. I may wait till Sunday then, because I have another live feed tomorrow, so I don't want to just. I don't want to step on myself as far as views. But yeah, I have that. I think it was a. I did a little bit for one of you guys. About halfway through the video, I do a bit of a call out to one of you. And I'm about to find out if you watch my stuff or not, because let's see if you watch the videos all the way through, because I get asked for certain things repeatedly, and when I give them, if it's not watched or viewed, or I don't want to do it anymore. So we'll see. You'll see tomorrow, or no, it'll be Sunday. I'll wait till Sunday for sure. I'm gonna try to keep them coming, man. It's just sometimes I get aggravated. Yeah, I can't. He started talking about the old reach around and stuff. That was crazy. I don't know if anybody else seen that video, but him and his boyfriend are, yeah, whatever he calls him. They were in a dark shed together, talking about reach arounds and getting very fired up and giggly about it. And there was no women, so it was weird. At this point, YouTube's not promoting your stuff. It's textbook tree work, restaurant. Hey, I appreciate that. If it's what Steve went for, I just assume not get. Thank you. I honestly do it for my family and the kids. I'm not worried about views or subs. I appreciate anyone that participates. Damn, I'm on the road, guys. Oh, right on, Dano. Get her done, brother. Thank you, SM. SMC Tree. I appreciate that. I appreciate it a lot. You guys, I gotta go do dinner and stuff. I will just go. I have a backup plan. Okay. So what I'm thinking is I scour YouTube looking for the weekly knucklehead, and if I don't find it, I go. Basically, I'm gonna go to Metal and Wood, and if he hasn't posted anything, I'm going to. Oh my God. I'm going to Facebook, and I know there's idiots on there. So I will find a knucklehead to talk about. I will find something stupid to discuss, and I hope everybody comes and hangs out, and maybe we discuss something cool as far as rigging, climbing. That's always up to you guys. So you have today, tomorrow, even put a comment on this after this is over with. What do you want to you want a trick tip on something? What do you want to talk about? Tomorrow is open. I'm doing this little bit to prep for tomorrow. So whatever it is you guys want to see, whatever like little tricks you want to discuss, your rigging, climbing, felling, like whatever it is, let me know and we will discuss tomorrow. I want to do something and I want to give trick tips for things that you want and not just things that you're like, oh, that's a cool trick, but by the time you need it later, you're like, I didn't retain it because at the time I didn't know what he was talking about. Like, it wasn't a topic for me. But let me know. I'm here to discuss whatever you guys want, and I like the interactiveness of our channels. Of what we're doing. Whoa, we got OG just come rolling in here. What you doing, Dan? Oh, Daniel come rolling in. Everybody should salute the uh, the OG when he comes in the room. So, guys, that's it for me. I just wanted to prep you guys a little bit for tomorrow. What's the best cut for a monster horizontal limb? That's a good one. Mm-hmm. I don't like a. I don't like a. It depends on the species so much, Daniel. If I'm being honest, but that's a good. That's a good topic though. Um, Usually I work like a fast cut for the most part on those kind of things, but I will work it almost like a peg cut where you start, you hit the side, you come back, and you come this way, and then finish it, which ends up with a much. If it does sliver it, it's just much smaller. But those RPMs on that chainsaw and the wood is going to determine so much of it. But I really on those horizontal limbs, I really hate the snap cut. Um, and I'm not a huge fan of the notch, but sometimes it depends. Like I will use a very shallow notch to where I can get it to creep a little bit one direction, and then pop the top and go through the hinge, and usually it'll compress itself and snap. So I don't know. There's just so many different ways I do it. That's something I'm gonna think about though, Daniel. See, he comes in, throws a wrench into my stuff, and then he's like, "Handle that." I'm gonna think about that. I like, I kind of like it. I think we may have something there. We'll have to really think about that. So, super deep undercut. See, I don't use that very often. When I do that a lot of times, well, no, because sometimes I will go super deep undercut, but instead of going like undercut and then right above it for the top cut, I'll go like there and then I will go down quite a ways and make the cut and know that it's going to barber chair itself and make a really long step cut. So, like I'll go 6-8 inches in front of it and start to make the cut, knowing that the bypass cut will take it as it goes. It's a tricky. But at the same time, it could go back behind it, and the potential for getting the saw pinched maybe even less. I don't know. I think that's where it gets tough. What's the best cut? The best cut. I don't know if you're going to be able to have a specific answer. So, but I'm going to stew on that. Guys, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. I will catch you all next time. I call that a score cut. Right on. Um, Husqvarna versus Steel. Are you trying to get me all worked up? You know what my answer is. KW, I'm a Steel guy. The probably most powerful, best Husqvarna I've ever had is right here anyway, so this is probably the best one they make. Beats the 272, I'll tell you that much. See, it don't even run anymore. Trash. They won't even blow leaves anymore. Oh, there it went. Oh, there it went. It finally started. That's typical for a Husqvarna. If it was a Steel, it would have started first try. So, um, yeah, that's the 125B. So, don't buy this thing. You don't, leaves don't move very good either. It's got a mustache. So, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. Dan, thanks for stopping in. Daniel, appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you just gracing us with your presence. The question was awesome. Chris, SM, Ground Pounder, all you guys. Jay, I appreciate you guys being here. I will catch you tomorrow, hopefully. So if you got some time tomorrow, come back, join us. It'd be between 8:30 p.m. Central Time. So I will have something to discuss. There's got to be a knucklehead out there doing tree work right now that recorded himself and is uploading it as we speak. Or Metal and Wood finally upload. See you guys. See you tomorrow. Have a good night.